Hello there, Taurus. This is Sherry Simpson coming to you live from Delta, British Columbia. I have moved on from the latest house sit where I was, and I am on my way to another one. Oh, isn't that interesting? We have your first card already. So I woke up in your energy this morning thinking about Taurus, 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 Taurus. And I had this whole inner monologue in my head about what I wanted to share with you, but I had too many things to do today in order to create this video for you. So I am intending that everything that you are meant to hear for this month, today is February 17th, 2018, I'm doing the mid-month Taurus reading. I'm intending that everything that you need to hear is going to come out in these 4 cards. So my name is Sherry Simpson. I'm a transformational life coach. I'm a psychic who does card readings. I do medical intuitive readings. And actually recently I have decided to do a 6-week Heal Your Body program. It's something I ran last fall, and I'm going to be running that again. And it's going to start March 1st, so I will leave the details for that below. This message is for Taurus, Moon, Sun, and Rising signs, and I'm going to pull 4 cards for you today. So I believe that our physical body, our mental body, and our thought space, our emotional body, and our spiritual body, which is our connection from our source into our highest self, all has a play or a party in who we are, and all 4 of those bodies have information that they want to bring to you. So I'm going to pull 4 cards, one based on each body. Now the first card I'm pulling for you, which is for your physical body, is your third eye card. And so I get the impression from Taurus that you have been doing a lot, oh, the hair on my arms is already standing up, that you've been doing a lot of work, releasing your past. And I get the sense that your third eye is expanding far greater than you sort of thought that it could. I think you've probably always been connected to your inner guidance, but you've also been drawn into relationships around you and maybe like sucked into negativity or sucked into doing things that may not have been for your own highest and greatest good or in alignment with who you are at a soul self and in alignment with your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all around you. So I get the sense that on a physical level, you are ready to be done with the releasing. I get the sense that you've probably transformed. So this is a 6 card. You've probably transformed through that releasing stage, and now you are ready to move into 6. So you are now, you've moved through all the 5 chakras. You've moved through grounding into the physical and being there. You've moved through finding some creativity and connecting with the people around you in your sacral chakra. You've moved through connecting into your empowerment and personal power. You've moved through that heart space, and you know that you need self-care. You know that giving and receiving needs to be balanced, and you're much better at that now than you have been. And you know that you need to speak up and speak your truth, and listening to other people and speaking to other people. I'm getting barking, so if you've had a cold recently and maybe you haven't been feeling heard and you've been barking at other people, then step into a place of not everyone is supposed to hear you. Not everyone will know your messages. And if you have been barking at people because you're not feeling heard or understood, step up into that 6th chakra now, because it's you who needs to be hearing and understanding you. It's your highest self who is the most important when it comes to the messages you're meant to provide and your audience. So if people are not listening to you, or you're not feeling heard or understood, or if you've been barking at people for some reason, then possibly you've been barking up the wrong tree, or you've been barking to people who are just not on your level. So I speak to people about vibration, and vibration being emotions that you give out, and what you give out you attract back in. But attraction and vibration happens at different frequencies. And so if you've been barking at the people around you, then perhaps that they're not on a frequency to listen to you. And maybe now you actually have the opportunity to move yourself to a new frequency so you can hear yourself in your own thoughts and your own inner guidance at a different level. So I get the sense that if you have not opened up that third eye, it's definitely something that you're meant to do now. So you've moved through that 5, which is the transformation, and now you're finding some balance with the 6. So the number 6, if you see the pattern of a 6, it's like source coming down, and you find this little loop where you're rocking back and forth, and it's as though the pendulum needs to find a balance, and it's a balance in nurturing others and nurturing self. It's a balance of connecting into your own inner guidance in a totally different and new way, which maybe you haven't been doing. So connect into yourself. If you haven't been doing any meditation or yoga, if you haven't been doing it in a way that feels good for you, allow yourself to determine or play with different ways to connect into your own guidance. Maybe you need a meditation about creativity because you know that you're going to dig down. It's often connected to that 6th chakra. Dig down into yourself to find the creativity that's going to come out, that is going to bring you to that. Oh yeah, that's making the hair on my arm stand up as well. Dig down into yourself to find the creativity and to connect to your closest relationships. And again, I'm hearing that barking again, that your closest relationships may be at a totally different place than you. So allow them to connect into themselves and allow you to connect into you, so that you are all accepting one another for who and where you are. So meeting people where they are, meeting people from a place of creativity, meeting yourself at where you are. So if for some reason you have been barking at other people in a sense that I almost hear you saying something like, you're not giving me the space that I need, or something like that. So allow yourself to speak up if you need more time to connect into yourself, if you haven't been doing that. And if people are needing you, then determine if that's something within you that you're mirroring to other people. Are you mirroring a need to find certain things outside of yourself that are actually within you because they're mirroring that back to you? So on a physical sense, paying attention to your mirrors, allowing yourself to connect into yourself. And if it's not something that's easy for you, find new ways to do it. Switch it up. You can use the clear ball over top of, or inside really, inside where your third eye is, and allow it to be that that vibrant, like indigo dark purple color, and allow it to be moving and vibrating in there, where you're allowing the flow of that purple light to fill that ball, but also to fill your eyes and your third eye and your ears and your mouth, and even popping down to your throat and up to your crown. So imagine that. If you need to visualize it, if you need to do something physical, then you can actually, excuse me, you're digesting this information for some reason. If you need to do something physical, then you can actually do this. It's soothing, just like you would be soothing a cat or a dog by doing this, but it's also asking your third eye to open. And you can also place your fingers over here and just ask yourself for clarity, ask yourself for more connection, bringing your focus here, because that's what intention is all about. It's about our focus. So if you're focusing on connecting to my highest self, connecting to my highest and greatest good, connecting to the information that you have from past lives and past experiences and past situations that you know you are meant to bring forward. And I'm getting the sense that that spirals all the way back down to that 2nd chakra with your closest relationships and your creativity. It's time for some reason to connect those things. So let's see on a mental perspective where you are when it comes to mental thoughts, and if you're, got 2 cards. All right, so let's see, are both of these about mental? Yes, that's a yes. Okay, so I get the sense that you want to be in a place of love, that you've been thinking love, you've been feeling love. This is the Lover's card. And I get the sense that you're just not quite there yet. So very interesting that we got a double 6 here. One of them is upright, that's saying use your third eye. And the other one is upside down. I almost get the sense that this is actually saying that 6 is going to connect at this place if you allow energy to come down. So look at all the orange in this card. So there's definitely a whole lot of orange. That orange is about your sacral chakra, and the yellow in the center is about connecting down to that solar plexus. She's wearing, oops, where's my card? There we go. She is wearing a really light, beautiful blue dress here, and that is your throat chakra color. So you are going to have to communicate. You may not be doing this now, which is why this 6 is in reverse. And this is your mental card. So mentally, you may be thinking of things in a different way rather than, and they're old thoughts, right? So our thoughts tend to be things that we think over and over and over again based on things from our past, based on what our parents said, based on what we saw on TV, what we heard on the radio, based on anything that we have decided is our life or was our life. And our beliefs are based on what we keep thinking. So when we think things over and over again, they become our truths, and those are our beliefs. So I get the sense that your belief in your ability to connect to your highest self, your ability to connect to love in a different way, is definitely about you going down and connecting to all the way down to that second chakra. So you're going to connect your highest self. I don't know why the light here just shifted. You're going to connect your highest self all the way down to your sacral chakra, to that womb area where your creativity is. And you're going to pull lots of love up from that creative place and move it all the way up through your heart into your third eye. So if you think, oh my God, how am I going to do this? I'm never going to be able to do this. Then your belief is going to be that I'm never going to do this. So I want you to catch your thoughts and pay attention to them over the next 6 to 8 days or so. And I'm intending that it doesn't matter when you watch this video, just use that time frame, as it will be relevant for you as you're watching it. So you're going to be able to birth something that you really want to create once you allow yourself to bring through the creativity and the confidence and get rid of that barkiness that you may be experiencing in the throat, all the way up through the heart and through the throat into the third eye. And when that happens, and you're going to be connecting your female side and your masculine side, because both of them are in this Lover's card. Once you do that, you're going to be bringing forward something that is so love-based that you may not even know how powerful it will be. And the 6s are all about nourishment. They're about love. They're about nurturing. They're about caring. And I love the sense that this is upside down, and I saw it as the chakra colors going all the way down and reaching down and coming back up. But there's a lot of growth, and there's a lot of planting seeds here. And because we just had that new moon, and because we just had the eclipse season close, we are definitely planting seeds about what it is that we want to create over the next, for you I'm getting 6 to 7 months. For some people it was 3 to 6 or 6 to 8. Over the next 6 to 7 months. And I'm getting the sense that the thoughts and beliefs that you have about it are totally love-based, but I almost get the sense that you don't believe you're going to be able to birth or create what you want, or that you're doing it from a place that's too logical right now, and that your beliefs are going to prevent you from connecting all of these pieces together and connecting in from your highest self. Yeah. And so the next piece of this, which is the next card that I didn't look at yet, it is about transforming. So I get the sense that your thoughts and beliefs have been keeping you small or keeping you stuck. I did a video for myself about this recently. And so if your thoughts and beliefs have not been allowing you to connect to your highest self, and they have not been allowing you to connect your creativity with your confidence, with your throat, to be able to speak your truth, then it's time to change your focus. So allow your focus to be on creating something that's bigger than you imagine, creating something that's going to transform, because this is a 5, so you're not just transforming your focus, but you're transforming whatever it is you're meant to birth based on your highest self and what your highest self really wants to bring in. So all of the readings that have been coming up this month have really been connected into that new beginnings, that new moon, that birthing new ideas, that connected to highest self, because this new moon was really big. And this new moon is very interesting in February because it is a black moon. There is no full moon this month in February. There is only one new moon. So that means it's all about newness. It's all about planting seeds. It's all about allowing things to be created and brought up through that chain, through the third eye, so that we can actually get to a point where we're focusing on something bigger, something broader, something more massive. Oh, and I get the sense of this change of focus as well, that you have been spending a lot of time releasing, and now it's time to change your focus to filling and fulfilling and birthing something different, something bigger, something better, something awesome. And again, I'm getting a 7 for you for some reason, and maybe that's because we have a 5 and a 6, and I see the 7 as being where you're going to cultivate it. So changing your focus from the release to the creation, allowing yourself to connect into your highest self. And if you have been thinking and believing that you can't, or that you need more external help connecting to yourself, or that the people are not going to be there for you that you need, then allow that to be a different truth for you. Okay, let's look at your next card, because your next card is the emotional piece. So let's see what your emotions have to do with you changing your focus, with you opening up your third eye, with you in these new beginnings and this new creation. And I get the sense that this is not necessarily you creating new love, but you loving something that you're going to be creating. And maybe that's what your focus is. Maybe your focus has been on a new love, and instead it should be focused on creating something you love. So I'm calling in this one. This came through the other day. And that's interesting because it's a 4. So now we have 2 6s, a 5, and a 4. And the 4 for me, this is your emotional card. So your emotional card is, I just told somebody this the other day, and it's coming in for you, Taurus. So the emotions are about the vibrations that you give out to the universe and what the universe matches and brings back to you. So 4 tends to be square. 4 tends to be about balancing things. So it's balancing the highest self and the ego human self. It's about balancing what you think and what you feel. It's about balancing things that are in the spirit world with that connection to manifesting, and also what you're doing in the human sense and connecting to the spirit. So it works on all four sides. And I do like to see this over the heart, but it's not really where I see the focus for you. I actually see this as the focus again, the same as I saw this one. I see it as being the creativity. Oh, and this is interesting because this one I saw the creativity as being bigger, bigger, bigger. So perhaps your thoughts and beliefs are that your creativity is not big enough, and you are actually not connecting in with the creativity that you have. And I get the sense that once you put some emotion into what it is you're going to create, that you're not going to feel stuck in that sense anymore, and it's going to move more up to that solar plexus area, that area of empowerment, personal power. So I get the sense here that you can actually use the third eye to bring energy down, bounce it down to your sacral chakra, to use the creativity that you don't know you have, but you do have, in order to bring it up through the confidence and personal power and strengths that you need in order to bring this out into the planet. So allow your divine focus and your third eye to focus on the creativity and closest relationships to birth what you want, and then bring it up to that solar plexus so that you can actually push it out. And I keep thinking that you're meant to birth something, that you're meant to create something, that you're meant to change your focus on releasing stuff from the past and refilling your stuff, your personal giving and receiving, human, masculine. So your stuff is all about balancing all things. So balancing your human stuff. So if you've been releasing stuff like you felt like maybe you were hoarding, and you've been releasing things that way. If you've been releasing things on an emotional sense, then it's now time to step into a place of, I'm empowered now. I've done everything I need. My focus is now changing on filling myself up with the emotions that I desire to push into the future. So this is like a pushing out. And this card is actually joy and stability. So I often feel that many of us pendulum and swing back and forth too much between, I don't have enough, I have too much. I'm giving not enough, I'm giving too much. I'm giving to other people, I'm giving to myself. And it's like finding that balance. And so this is asking you to find the balance between the creativity in your sacral chakra, the creativity in your solar plexus, and whatever is going on in your third eye. I don't know if I'm articulating that correctly, but I'm going to call in some information from Spirit to see if they have any other information. But I get the sense that more balance is needed for you to find the joy and stability that you want to create, and that you want to, I'm thinking not all or nothing. That's the message that I'm getting. It's not all or nothing. It's not all or nothing. So more balance in what it is that you want to create. So if you've been balancing and focusing on release, but you haven't been refilling, then the pendulum has swung the other way. And now the pendulum's going to swing all the way back to fill, but then you're going to be feeling overfilled and filled, and that you have to release again. So can you transition into a place of creation, of empowerment, and change your focus on more balance while creating the joy and the stability that you want? And the new beginning that you know that you want. And I get the sense that the new beginning for you is not just creating a business or creating a job or creating a love relationship. The joy and stability for you is like creating a life, that you want more balance in life in general, which is actually why this is coming in reverse for you. It's like a 6 is the nurturing, The 5 is the transformation, and the 4 is the balance. And so 6 is bringing in the information from your highest self, from a place of love. If you have not been doing that in all aspects, changing your focus. And so we're bringing it down. We're actually going down so that you can manifest this. We're bringing this down from above. It's interesting because at the beginning I was thinking that you had everything you needed to bring it up. And I'm getting the sense that both pathways, the up and the down, are important for you, as they are for everyone. But the idea of the chakra system and the flow in the body is that we have a manifestation current which pulls information from source through the highest self, down through the throat and the heart, all the way down to physical ground, and that we pull the responses from physical ground in order for us to react all the way back up through us into source. And that's called the liberation current. And through the liberation current, it's as though we're liberating ourselves in a self-love and self-acceptance sort of way. And so you want to find joy and stability in both currents. And maybe you haven't been allowing yourself to do that because you've been doing that release, but not the refill. So allow the pathways to go both ways. So if you have been clearing your chakras or doing any energy flow work in your body, the energy needs to flow both ways. So making sure that you're actually bringing the energy in from source along the manifestation current, and it's going through from above to below, and you want that current to go from below to above, so that you're actually doing this like circle pattern where you're a fountain in both directions. So it would actually be, I don't know if I can actually do this with my hands, something like that. I'm going to call some information in from Spirit and see what they have to tell you. But I feel like when you are balancing your currents as well as your human self and highest self, and your masculine and feminine side, and your self-care, and so you're giving and receiving. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. You got another 6. So guidance from Spirit. Your guidance from Spirit is a reverse 6 again, and this is the self-love in the heart coming through the throat, and doing that sense of, and this is actually a boat. So yeah, I get the sense that maybe you've been focusing your boat on one particular, yeah, that's interesting because that's changed your focus. You've been focusing your boat on like one goal or one view or one vision, and in order to find that joy and stability that you really want to create, and that love in all things within your life, that that you actually need to believe that you can succeed, but you really need to change your focus, because I get the sense, yeah, my hair on my arms is standing up. I get the sense that what you thought you wanted to create before you did all of this release through until the eclipse season up to the new moon is actually something different. So maybe you did believe that you could succeed at whatever it was that you were initially focusing on. I know this reading seems like it's jumping all over, so I'm intending that you're going to get exactly what you need from this. But it says those sources saying that now that you're in a place of self-love, and now that you're in a place of speaking your truth, it's actually time to change your belief in success to be something different than what you imagined it would be. So changing your focus to be something bigger. I get the sense that you're actually very good at this, that you can be very good at focusing, but that your focus is on something that was who you were and not who you're becoming. Yes, I get the sense that that is definitely. And so as you love yourself more, and as you set boundaries and speak your truth, yes, you're believing that you can succeed, but your path is actually changing. So allow yourself to use your intuition to see your new path, to see that love can actually be even greater and bigger than what you think it could be, or what you used to think you wanted or needed or deserved. And so you can allow, using that empowerment and that connection to your highest self, you can allow yourself to change your focus to be the and bigger and better and the and greater. But I think your focus in that boat needs to change. So believing that you can succeed at what you can't actually quite see yet, almost as though the path is going to unfold as you connect more to your highest self and as you change your focus to be the and better and the and bigger and the and greater. It's all the information I think I'm inclined to share. So I'm hoping that was helpful. I'm going to pull an Archangel card in case you want some guidance to call in to help you get more clarity on what it is that you are now believing that you're capable of creating, receiving, achieving. So with co-creation, what we're experiencing now is what we've chosen in our past, and it is now the present. Now we're at a place where we're moving into becoming who we want to be in the future. And so if you are still aiming at believing and succeeding to something that you've surpassed, it's as though your boat is going to be upside down and you're going to capsize, because it's as though you're going backwards. It's as though you're trying to achieve something that was in your past, because you've transformed with all that releasing that you did to be something even greater and bigger. And now you actually need to believe that you can succeed at what's new and what's coming while you have that joy and stability. So changing your focus to see that you've actually expanded so much in love, and allowing yourself to connect into that third eye. Well, that was good. I hope that was helpful. Okay, so I'm going to call in some Archangel guidance. If you're not used to doing this, you can call in guidance from your own spirit guides just by saying spirit guides, angels, loved ones, if you have loved ones that have passed over, teachers, calling them all in, and just say in your head, please be with me now, please provide whatever it is that you need, whether it's comfort, whether it's love. Please show me love. Please allow me to be open to more love. Please allow me to find my strengths and to find the and better. If you're not used to calling in an archangel, you do the same thing. Archangel, we'll see which one to call in. Archangel so-and-so, come to be now. Please help me with. So let's see which archangel would like to come in to provide you guidance with whatever it is, because yes, I love how these are always lined up. So when I was looking at this, I was mentioning that the sacral chakra and the solar plexus, and the sacral chakra and the solar plexus were requiring expansion, and that your focus needed to be expanded, because I get the sense that you're focusing on something that is back there, and you've surpassed it already. So your growth has expanded so much that you actually need to believe and succeed in something bigger in order to get your canoe to go in the new direction. So taking your power back is what this is about. It's funny, I saw a rainbow today. So this is Archangel Raziel. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. And I get the sense that the blessings are going to be even bigger and greater than you can imagine, and that it's all things. So a balance of joy and stability, a balance of love and expansion. But yeah, I still get the sense that changing your focus because you're actually focused on something that's back there, and that it's time to actually focus ahead more, because you're way further ahead than you thought you would be. And I don't know if you actually see that. So I want you to pat yourself on the back for all of the change and transformation that you have done, because you far surpassed what you thought you would. You far expanded what you thought you would or could. And now you're going to far exceed the dreams that you think you're capable of. But in order to do that, you're going to have to maintain that stability and step into that solar plexus power in an even greater and higher way. So asking Archangel Raziel to give you that power to connect in with your, must be raining. That's funny. That's a cleansing. That's almost like a cleansing of not releasing, but a cleansing on clearing out the focus from the past and bringing in a new focus. And so taking your power back and intending to manifest the blessings that are bigger and greater and more abundant. And that the rainbow is there, and that you are worthy of it way bigger, way, way, way bigger than what you're actually setting your focus on. So change your focus to be something greater, something bigger, something more expansive, and allowing it to be balanced in all ways. So for some reason, Taurus, water is important to you, and balance is important to you. I'm hoping that was helpful. May you manifest exactly what it is you need. So plant those seeds this month, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Namaste.